We've all been there. You go out, you seem to have a great day of shooting, you come back with at least a handful of photos that you know you're going to want to edit and share. But before you decide to do that, you want to kick up your feet, relax a little bit, you pull out your phone and you open up Instagram, and then you see them. The photographers that you follow and admired, and they seem to have cracked the code. Their timing is perfect, their compositions are perfect, and all of a sudden you think back to what you've just done, and all of it seems so insignificant, it seems so small. There's a famous quote that says, "Comparison is the thief of joy," and I think I am struggling with that now more than ever. When you decided to pick up a camera for the first time, you obviously go out onto Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever, and you find people that you admire, people whose work you gravitate towards, and you decide to follow them. But how do we take what initially inspired us and keep it from holding us back by comparing our work to theirs? So this video is going to be all about kind of the dark side, the toxic side of social media, and how we can still be inspired by the people that we like without comparing ourselves directly to them. So first things first, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is social media is a lie. Not necessarily a lie, but it is a highlight reel. It is the best photographs, the best moments that these people display for the world to see. And depending on who it is, sometimes years or decades worth of work, of trial and error, is compressed into one single image. And here I am sitting on my phone, scrolling, and I'm comparing sometimes their best work that they've ever produced, that they just happen to share, to a random Tuesday that I decide to pick up my camera and go downtown and just shoot around. Between myself, someone who is definitely still a beginner, and the people that I look up to and admire, we are just into vastly different chapters of our photography careers, as it were. And for a while now, that feeling of never being good enough or never being happy with my own work and kind of doubting myself and wondering whether or not this was going to be worthwhile really weighed heavily on me. So much so that there were days where I was perfectly capable of going out, the light was great, the weather was cooperating, and I had the time in my schedule to dedicate a few hours to going out, and I just decided not to. I just decided that it wasn't going to be worth it. I was not going to be able to capture anything worthwhile, and that was a low point, but also kind of a wake-up call for me, because I realized that that's not why I got into photography in the first place. I got into photography as a hobby to be able to just kind of express myself in a way that I wanted to, and I had completely lost sight of that that initial reason, that initial why. So after hitting that low point, what I realized is that I was comparing myself to these people, these photographers that I admire. So what I realized I needed to do was, one, disconnect from social media a little bit more, which I'll get into a little bit later in this video, but also to kind of change my mindset and be conscious of my thought process when I'm, one, out shooting, but two, when I am on social media. So now when I see a picture in my feed that I like, or that it kind of stops me in my tracks and makes me want to look at it a little more deeply, I try to ask myself a few questions and turn it into more of a study hall kind of situation where I'm really analyzing what it is that I like, and hopefully those things that I do gravitate towards, that did make me want to stop and look at that photo a little more closely, I can take those elements and try to incorporate them into my own work. The first question that I ask is always, what's the light doing? How are they positioned, the photographer positioned in relation to the subject, in relation to the light source? Is it backlit, front lit, side lit? Is it strong shadows and contrasts, silhouettes, whatever might be going on? What is happening to the light? The second thing that I always ask myself is, how's the composition? How's the storytelling? What are they trying to say with this particular picture? And third is, how did this photo make me feel? Was it, warm and nostalgic? Was it kind of cold and more isolating? Again, that kind of goes into the storytelling aspect of the photo, of what they were trying to say. But that way I can take what I enjoyed about it, and instead of immediately thinking to myself, well, I'll never be that good, I can try to, again, take those elements that I did like and maybe incorporate some of those things into my own photos and then put my own twist on them. And if you are where I am or have been before in terms of this kind of creative roadblock and this, self-destructive cycle, this is what I found to be very helpful, and that is to just put your phone away, put social media away for 2 or 3 days, literally 72 hours. Don't open up Instagram, don't open up TikTok or wherever else you're consuming this type of stuff, and just go out and shoot. Just shoot. Don't worry about the algorithm. Don't worry about what people are or not gonna like. And I know sometimes that can be easier said than done, but remember kind of what I was alluding to back at the beginning of the video is, remember why you decided to pick up your camera in the first place. You had a love of photography and you wanted to kind of show the world what it looks like through your eyes. So remember your why, turn off social media and just go out and have fun. Get your steps in, enjoy the weather, enjoy being outdoors, and just remember, not to sound too cheesy, but we're blessed to be able to do this, to go out and express our passion in the way that we can. So those are just some things. I know it's not the most practical advice, but just go out and just have fun at the end of the day. Like I said, there's nothing else matters, and that's what I'm trying to remind myself of every single day. But with that being said, I am not fixed. I'm not cured, whatever that means. There are still days, even now, where sometimes it is a little harder. If you do go out and have 1 or 2 sessions back to back where you don't come back with anything good, or anything that you believe is worth sharing, it can be a little defeating, but that's okay. That's part of the process. If you, again, go to those photographers that you enjoy, that you admire, that you look up to, that you want to emulate, if you read about them or watch any interviews about them, they will tell you the same thing, that creative roadblocks happen all the time to the best of them. That one perfect shot that they print out in a book or that they post on social media or that wins them some type of prestigious award, there are a dozen other shots that led up to that one. It's not that they just turned a corner, happened to have their camera in hand, and everything just happened to fall into place perfectly, and they took one picture and then they walked away. There are so many things that I am learning that go into what produces a good picture that is worth sharing on social media. But anyway, I'm rambling on. That's a topic for another day. I hope you found this video relatable. I hope you found it helpful. And let me know down in the comments below if you've ever felt this way, and if you did, what you did to kind of get out of that slump. Let's pick each other up. Let's help each other out and help make this photography community grow. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Until then, take care.